My bad, I forgot to mention. Through the pandemic, we was still running up chicken, whipping that shit in the kitchen. You make a mention, a ticket to make you go missing. I'm do the sneak dissing. I'm starting to think niggas was planners. You niggas some bitches. Why you niggas run out of money? My niggas gon' get it, cause every day government printing. How you gon' get it? Just send me the ad and my niggas will ship it. A million, 20s and 50s and 100s sitting on the floor, look how I swim in it. Don't wanna get popped, don't open your top, you better move militant. They talking about COVID when I heard the news, I started sipping the remedy. If I got an op and you say you my brother, then it better be your enemy. I'm taking them back to the band, no way back when the nigga was breaking the interim. Stay with the tree like a Timberland. Lady got guy in that Kimberly. Capital Jeopardy stitching, these niggas be snitching, they acting real.
On November 1st, 2022, at approximately 2:30 a.m., Kirshnik Khari Ball, also known as Takeoff, was brutally gunned down. Takeoff was at attendance at a private bowling party at 810 Bullards Bowling. The incident is said to have taken place after the bowling alley was closed. Takeoff was known to be the chill member of the hip-hop group trio Migos. Takeoff was only 28 years old.
He goes from Berkmar to the big time with an influence beyond Instagram, rapping the anthem for Atlanta.
Bad and bullshit, bad, cooking up dope with a Uzi.
And bringing a community together. Now tributes for Takeoff as music mourns Migos' youngest member, shot dead in Houston at the age of 28. And just moments ago, police in Houston, Texas, begging witnesses to come forward, hoping to find the person or persons responsible for killing Migos rapper Takeoff.
So this is what we know so far. And investigators say about 40 people were outside of a downtown Houston bowling alley when a fight broke out. This happened overnight. By the time the police got there, the Grammy-nominated artist was dead and 2 other people were injured.
We have team coverage tonight, beginning with Ugochi Iloka with the very latest from Houston.
We're at the Green Street complex in downtown Houston, where the medical examiner was seen taking a body away. Houston police say both Quavo and Takeoff of the Atlanta-based rap trio were at a private party at 810 Bullards and Bowling when shots were fired. Investigators say the deadly shooting happened on a balcony outside the bowling alley on the 3rd floor just after 2:30 a.m. this morning. A group of 40 people, we're told, were hanging out when someone started shooting. Investigators say people in the crowd ran and a man was shot in the head or neck. That man sadly died, and 2 other victims, police say, were taken to nearby hospitals. A fan who took pictures with Takeoff after a performance at Bottled Blonde Houston this June shares his reaction to the devastating news.
Hurts, especially more because he performed at the House of Blues probably somewhat years ago. So it happened near a venue that he performed at. And also Toyota Center down the street is another spot that Migos performed at. So yeah, it definitely hurts.
It's so unfortunate. A witness told me off camera that arguing was heard before gunshots rang out. So far, no arrests have been made. I'm Ugochi Iloka reporting in Houston.
Our team coverage is going to continue tonight right here in Atlanta. Latasha Gibbons is live outside the Trap Museum. So Latasha, Takeoff and the Migos have had a huge impact on Atlanta.
They really have, Ron, and it is a very somber day here in Atlanta as so many people are mourning Takeoff's death. As you mentioned, we're live outside the Trap Museum, one of the places that celebrates hip-hop music, and one of the highlights inside is a tribute to Migos. And like the music he leaves behind, it's just a piece of Takeoff we'll have forever.
It's devastating, it's sad. I'm tired of having to say rest in peace to young rappers.
We woke up Tuesday to one less Migo.
And that was the first thing on my phone, and your phone's blowing up. It's the saddest thing in the world.
I'm so distraught and sad for us as a people.
Takeoff, whose real name is Kirshnik Khari Ball, was shot and killed overnight in Houston at a bowling alley, according to officials.
It's another senseless case of violence. It's 2022, and 2022 already we've lost Snooty Wild, Archie, Trouble. These are all rappers who have lost their life due to gun violence, and now Takeoff.
Takeoff was 1/3 of the Grammy-nominated Migos. They're not just a music group, but a band of brothers whose love is as tightly intertwined as their lyrics.
They came out with a sound that a lot of other rappers emulated. They impacted the culture in many ways, whether it's sound, lyricism.
Atlanta, to lose Takeoff, like such a good guy, such a humble spirit.
You feel like that's one of Atlanta's heroes, and it's just sad, man. It's just sad.
Fans can't make sense of his untimely death, but they say the highlights of his life gives them an element of peace.
The music's gonna live on forever, but it's just so sad his life was cut short.
I mean, Migos are Atlanta forever. His legacy, his music, everything is gonna be around for life. At least we have that.
We reached out to Takeoff's label and management for comment. We'll let you know when we hear back. In Atlanta, I'm Latasha Givens, 11 Alive News.
Waking up and seeing that news, I mean, I know that touched a lot of people, obviously, especially in the Atlanta community.
And the Atlanta community is definitely feeling this heartbreak tonight. Many celebrities from across Metro Atlanta sending their condolences to Takeoff's family. They're remembering the influence the rapper had, and Friends and Hawks player Trae Young posting his condolences to Instagram this afternoon. Takeoff's reach going beyond music, sports, and pop culture. His death even shaking up the political world. Senator Reverend Raphael Warnock and Stacey Abrams honoring the late rapper. Many saying Georgia will feel this loss for years to come.
As African Americans, we talk about how other races attack and kill us. However, we do it amongst ourselves daily. We talk about how much Black life matters, and it does, but we also overlook the same fact that we're talking about killing each other, shooting this one, robbing this one. I mean, it really doesn't make sense. We're killing ourselves. So how does Black life even matter within our own race? We will march and protest from here to Timbuktu if an individual within our race is killed at the hands of another race. However, we sit back and we do it daily, and it's nothing. It doesn't matter when we do it. But it's hella mad. Everyone's pissed off and upset when another race does it. Make it make sense.
Discharging firearms or shooting, not sure which. Just Central at Dallas. Probably heard gunshots and people screaming.
28-year-old rapper Takeoff is shot and killed at a private party in Houston, Texas. Officials say it happened in the early morning hours of November 1st at a bowling alley in the city's downtown. Officials say Takeoff, whose real name is Kirshnik Khari Ball, was shot in the head or neck. He was pronounced dead at the scene. In emergency audio released after the shooting, dispatchers can be heard saying 5 shots were fired.
There's 5 shots fired from downstairs outside near 2004.
Officials with the Houston Police Department say between 40 and 50 people were at the private party that ended at about 1 o'clock in the morning. More than an hour later, at 2:40 a.m., dispatch received a call about the deadly shooting.
The people next door are calling in about discharging firearms.
According to TMZ, Takeoff and fellow Migos rapper Quavo were playing dice when a fight broke out. After that, someone opened fire. Quavo was not injured, but 2 other people were. Police say they were taken to nearby hospitals in private vehicles. Right now, their conditions are unknown.
He's on check out 22B23 1212 Grand Plaza for discharging firearms.
Investigators on the scene found multiple shell casings on the 3rd level of the building outside of the bowling and pool hall. From here, investigators say they will look at surveillance video of the scene to determine what led up to the shooting. Takeoff and the group Migos rose to fame after their 2013 hit Versace was released. Takeoff was the youngest member of the group. Quavo was his uncle, and 3rd member Offset was his cousin.
There are conflicting stories about the incident. Some individuals say it was a conflict after a dice game, and others said it was an argument between Quavo and another individual regarding basketball. Takeoff was basically an innocent bystander. Whatever happened to agreeing to disagree and being the bigger person and walking away? People are no longer resolving their disputes or their arguments through a fist fight. Now everyone has access to guns. And so if there's a disagreement, people basically just pull out their guns and start shooting instead of being the bigger person and just leaving it alone.
What's up, Ashley?
Hey, Storm. I just want to say something really quick, and
Yes.
I'm going to try not to give out my identity. We were all there when all this happened. I just left from HPD. First of all, in order to be around Jazz Prince, you have to be searched. None of us had guns, but Jazz people had guns. Okay. All of this was over a dice game. This shit started in 5th Ward around 9:30, 10 last night. So this had nothing to do with no damn dice game, with no money situation or anything like that. And the only reason why I'm not going to great details because I live in Houston and the Prince family know me. But all of this shit that they're saying about, oh, well, this was a sacrifice. No, this was an argument between two camps. And it wasn't even between two camps because Takeoff and Quavo was basically trying to be the mediator between the people who were arguing.
Oh, shit.
And so everybody's saying, oh, well, this is Quavo's fault. Quavo had nothing to do with the shit y'all talking about, bro. Y'all was not there when this happened. It had nothing to do with that. So all these 30-second videos that they're seeing, this and that, everybody's saying, well, he didn't act the way how he acted whenever Takeoff got shot. Did they tell you he passed the fuck out? Did they tell you we had to help him to the fucking car? Did they tell you that? Like, nobody is really talking about the real that's going on. But I'm gonna tell you this, and I'll leave it at that. The only people who had firearms that night was the camp who protect Jazz. That's all I'm gonna say.
Thank you, Ashley.
Wow, this could possibly change the whole dynamics of the situation, which I already knew within that 40 group of individuals, one was the killer. But when I really think about it, just to know that Takeoff was in the presence of the person that would soon take his life, it's so eerie. It gives me chills just to think about that, because he had no clue that he was within the circle of the same individual that would soon rob and take his life away. And another thing, for those individuals that were there in attendance and who actually had the nerves to post Takeoff's final seconds on this earth and post it on different social media platforms, the nerve of you, the audacity, his final seconds laying on the floor, you recorded it and put it on social media for everyone to see that. So since you're so bold and you were able to do that, I urge you to go to the police department or call them and let them know what happened, because you were there, you recorded it. So talk up so we can bring justice to this individual who took his life. I'd like to send my condolences out to Takeoff's family. For losing a loved one can be very difficult, but losing a loved one under these circumstances is even harder. So I want to send some love and light to you guys and to Takeoff's mother. Right now, you are experiencing a mother's worst nightmare, and that's losing a child. As parents, we always pray that we go before the kids go. You know, we don't want to have to bury our own kids. And I could not imagine how that felt. So I want to send some love and light to you during this difficult time. I'm going to lift you up and keep you in my prayers. Takeoff, it's so unfortunate that you had to be taken away like this. And as I've done more research for this video, I see how many people truly loved you, and I see how great of an individual you really were. No one had anything negative to say about you, and that says a lot, especially in this day and age. You were only 28 years old, and you had so much more to give and offer this world, yet it was taken away from you. And we're going to get justice for you, just know that. But rest in eternal peace. You'll always be loved and remembered by family, friends, and your fans. Rest in peace. It's really time for us to take a stand against gun violence, because it's really going too far. We are losing far too many people over senseless issues, and it makes no sense. So please take a stand against gun violence. It's okay to disagree with someone. It's okay to be the bigger person and walk away. I mean, whatever happens to fighting? Back in the day, you don't like someone, you don't shoot them. You have a little fist fight and you go about your way. And even the next day, you might be friends again. Who knows? But now, you can look at someone wrong and they want to shoot you. And that's just so messed up. So we have to take a stand, you guys. This has to stop. Our future really depends on this.